Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Comment ça va? Je suis Cotalia. Bienvenidos de la Livre, le Renaudo de la Apiro, Bienvenidos de la Livre. Bienvenue, c'est mon chien. Welcome, everybody. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Welcome to my channel. Bienvenue sur mon chaîne. Comment vas-tu? J'espère que vous allez bien. Bien sûr. I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, give the video a thumbs up, leave a sweet, kind comment below if you so feel inclined to do so. And please share the video. If you have been rolling and riding with me for a minute, welcome, welcome, welcome back. And all of those great, wonderful things. I am so happy that everyone is here and excited that you all have been quite excited about the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre. Welcome, podcast members. Yes, yes, yes. You do have the opportunity to get a discount on the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre. The card set, the books, and all of those things are available for a discount if you jump right on over to our group here on YouTube. And if you're not a part of the Virtual Coven podcast, make sure that you do so. And that way you can get all the things that you deserve, like those discounts. Yes. Yesterday, I absolutely loved. The cards are gorgeous. People are saying thank you. And it's interesting. Thank you so much, Kirsten. I greatly appreciate you jumping in real quick for the algorithm of it all. I really do appreciate it. And so I want to again express my gratitude for your excitement with the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre. Yesterday, I decided to drop the artwork, just the simple artwork. And, there's so many layers to these things. I see a piece of hair, and now I got you. Okay. There's so many layers to it all. When you think about all of this, from the artwork to the cards. So right now you're getting hit with the artwork. You're seeing the artwork, but you've yet to see the cards. There's a little bit of a difference there. And then I also want to just bring up yesterday's reading, the flash readings, right? Oh man, we have had a time with it. Started all kinds of conversation. Yes, thank you. I would love to know these conversations as well, and we'll get into that. I have an exciting announcement that I'll share with you probably tomorrow or Friday. Um, Thank you so very much, Kenny. I greatly appreciate it. Hello, Jennifer. How are you? But let's just briefly, I want to get into one of the conversations that I wanted to have. Yes, snatch me to sleep already, not snatch you into the coma. Oh my goodness. Not snatching you into the coma. Bonjour, Anne. I love it. Merci, Sean. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so very much. So here's a thought. Yesterday, and I want y'all to be very frank with me, be very honest with me. You did your screenshot yesterday, and although you've read in the description box or whatever, you were able to get a definition, right? Boom is this, boom is that, boom, boom, boom. Very quick, very easy, very a matter of fact, right? And and that was one of those big things that one of those big points that I was trying to communicate to everybody. You can have the definition of any card. Any card. You can have the definitions of the lovers. You can have the definition pour les cartes d'étoile, de l'étoile. You can have the the definition of the Atala Tarot. Okay, you can have the definitions of any of these cards, but do you know what the cards are communicating? Do you know what the cards are actually communicating? And that's one of those big points that I wanted to make. Okay. And so the definitions give you boom right to the point. Yes, those are those key words, those key phrases. But if someone got the devil, right, and we're talking about we're talking about um manipulation, deceit, or bad habits, or whatever the situation may be, okay, treason, whatever it is you want, okay, um it doesn't go into detail of exactly what the spirits are saying. Okay, that's just a card meaning. And that's one of those things where I really wanted to, um, that I really wanted to communicate with yesterday because um, it absolutely it matters to me. Um, it very much matters to me whenever you have the ability or the lack of ability for these particular things, right? Um, so I very much wanted to as I'm getting some notifications here, so say for example, you receive like the rosemary cards, okay? Le marron, pardon. And say that, okay, you get this card that talks about understanding, that you need understanding, that you need and with that understanding there is peace, etc., so forth and so on, right? But where does that fall? Does that fall in a space of understanding some issues with your health? Does it stand and fall in the issues of your heart? Does it fall, hello, New Zealand, how are you? Does it fall and land in the space of your actual home? Does it fall in the space of your money? Okay. There could be chaos surrounding your financial elements, or is it falling in the space of your spiritual path? And spiritually, there are things that are going on. And so to have a moment to understand, number one, that we haven't even touched on those spaces, that's where your cast comes in. Okay. That's where your cast comes in. But then we have to talk about the journey of that path. So are we on a road what else is coming behind that? What is preventing that? What is what is the precursor to the chaos, the reason you need this? Was validating, predicting, or even confirming these things, right? Um and so on definition alone, it confirmed my hoodoo omen playing cards. So more in depth will catapult them to being my favorite deck once I get the truth truly the study of the system. I got the flies and phases yesterday. Yes. And so again, even like the flies, and you're looking at death. So the flies, for all of my students, this is a spirit of death. In our culture, this is how death is presented, or one of the ways death is presented. Okay. So, based off of you knowing these spirits alone, or maybe the 13 crow feathers within the card, or maybe the fact that we see white, because white is the color of the dead. So, again, it's one thing to go, boom, there is inevitable ending. But it's another thing to know those spirits. So again, it's a lot further. And I also want to also communicate with you about how cards one, Le Grenouille, the frog, has elements of bravery, courage, avec de qui les fin, ou le qui les fin, and that is your yarrow. Okay. But you also then had some of you got the cards of the backbone. But the backbone, snake vertebrae, is another element of bravery. I could have given you a one-trick pony and did yarrow for every moment that bravery came about. But no, I also want to expand your education with understanding the spirits. See, that yarrow definitely speaks to it. But if you grew up in a space where yarrow doesn't grow, you absolutely may have been walking a path where you came upon a dead serpent. Kirsten said she had the la lune solitaire et le papa. So today, we're going to go through this again. However, today I'm going to screenshot per element signs. Okay. Now, let's make this part clear. And this is why these flash readings, they're great, especially when it comes to like learning the cards for what they mean definition wise. But if you want to build a relationship with the card, it's going to take you time to learn the spirits of the cards. And so I hope you all can see very clearly. So these first 21 cards, they were not. Can you see how you cannot pick up these cards and go, oh, that's this one. Oh, this is the will of this is the will of life. This is the death card. This is the fool card. This is the hangman. This is the Arophant. This is the the Armat, this is the Empress, this is the so for the so when you're looking at these cards, you're gonna have to know these spirits in order for you to be able to relate them to the traditional Eurocentric tarot. Can you all see that? And so that's a huge thing that I'm super excited about. Um, Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Bonjour. Salut. 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 So yes, and so that's why it doesn't matter. Oh, I've been doing tarot for 19 years. Oh, I've been doing tarot for 85 years. Oh, I've been doing tarot since tarot was tarot, when tarot was Tyrone, and whatever the situation may be. It doesn't matter because this is its own system. Now I see why the institute is a prerequisite to the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre. Yes, yes. And see, right now we're in the curriculum of learning these spirits right now. Yes, it's so much deeper than the traditional tarot. I can see some correspondence, but your deck is so different in the best way. Um, Hello, Jessica. Oh yes, Tyrone. For real, Isaac. That's why I can't wait to start the prerequisites. And listen, y'all, we are working hard. We have, I think, in the past 2 days, we've worked on 3 different videos across the board of all the media, and there's one person working on those things. So we're working hard to get y'all those prerequisite videos. But when you get them, you're gonna love them. I love them. It's completely different system. It's so genius. Thank you. Um, and so that's why it is such a huge point of hold on a moment, my computer wants to die. I do apologize. um, but this is why I am telling you all it doesn't matter what you thought you knew because you're about to learn something if you're willing. But you have to be willing. You gotta have that will, that backbone. You gotta have that want, the desire to actually do this. And so I also want to just bring up this part too for some of you that may or may not be quite understanding how big this is. I want y'all to listen very well. If you're listening to me, could you please give the video a thumbs up? And if you've already given the video a thumbs up, at least show some hearts in the space here. Here's the point that I need y'all to understand and the reason why. Again, this is very different. If you're listening, I want you to listen good. Again, here's the thing about it. When I say these things and when you get into the text, it's going to completely change the game because these are facts that you cannot fight with. When you are introduced to the cards of the heart, which I'll be dropping next, so y'all better be ready to figure out where your emotions stand, what your emotions are saying. In the traditional tarot, for example, you may get a card of that says disappointment. This is a card of disappointment, right? a card of disappointment. In traditional African American magic, omens, spirits, there is not a spirit, an entity, or a deity, or a folk spirit, even an energy that has ever been communicated. Ooh, I step into this space and I sense I sense the spirit of disappointment. There's not an omen you're going to find that communicates necessarily disappointment. When you're looking in the spaces of um chalice or cups. Thank you so very much, Dr. Stephanie. I greatly appreciate you. So when we are having so when I conjured the cards that have to reflect disappointment, we then have to start getting into memory because there are no spirits. What experience communicates disappointment or failure? Or do y'all understand what I'm saying here? So you can't turn around and grab. Can a sister get an institute scholarship? I used to do scholarships actually. I used to do those. Um, but once I saw people, a couple of individuals, not many, become ungrateful, I stopped that. Um, so But do you understand what I'm saying here? So when you're reading traditional tarot, you're going to go and find a card that represents that that's going to represent disappointment and failure, right? That's going to be a thing. But what experience, element, or memory would communicate that? Because yes, you can, because these cards, I picked this up twice now in the same spot. Oh, I think it's because this book is here. Yes, that makes sense. I was like, hold up now, what you trying to tell me? This little book is in the middle of it. So the thing about it is, um, when you're looking at disappointment, right? Okay. Literally, do y'all see that? You see what I pulled? Do you see what I pulled? I literally just picked it up. I've been talking about disappointment. And which card did I get? Okay. Disappointment is in this memory, these spilled cups, instead of the ones that are behind you. You're missing those opportunities because you're focused on whatever. I literally just picked this up. And this is what I mean by literally connecting to the spirits. So I honestly, right now, easily, easily could just start talking about whatever, and I can pull the card that I'm talking about because that's how connected you need to be to spirits and not the definition. So when we're talking about that space of again disappointment, what in our spaces would this look like? Because there's not a mouse, there's not a fox, there's not a box, there's not a house, there's not a rat, there's not a hat. There's nothing that you're going to be able to go, all right, well, this is this. No. So what are those memories? What are those experiences? What is the one thing could you look at and go, this represents, or this is a moment of failure? One of the most important things for us as enslaved individuals was our home, protecting our home. Well, what protects its home? A hen is going to protect that nest. We have the element of the nest, of the home. And what are we protecting? Eggs. If those eggs are coming to fruition, we've done our job. But if our only job is to protect those eggs and those eggs are cracked, we have failed, that we have failed. We are disappointed. We feel that we have failed through a disappointment, is how that comes across. Does that make sense to everybody? And that is just simply understanding what you're looking at in the cards, not what the card definition is. So right now, let us go right ahead on, and I want to call out to my water signs. Okay? Water signs, where are you? So it's these kind of things where I talk about. So, like, even if you have a black presenting card of 3 jars or 4 jars laid out or whatever else, and 2 or 3, you're literally are communicating the exact same thing that the traditional tarot is presenting and speaking and communicating. There would never be a spiritual working where you have X amount of cards, I mean, X amount of jars poured out. If you got a jar and you work in a jar and it has water in it, representing the chalice or the cups, my dear, we're now tapping into the space of Lukumi, because now we have multiple water vessels for spirits. But that's not what it means. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there are different things, that there are just very different elements here. All right, water signs. Let's see what, in fact. So let me get my phone ready. I'm going to screenshot for us. So y'all don't screenshot. Y'all going to screenshot tomorrow. Okay. I mean, I guess you could actually go to the post and screenshot every morning and read sort of what you get and share that if you like. Um, so I'm just going to pull up my phone here so I can also um, I gotta also share with you all a testimony. I don't have it right here. It's in my email. I gotta make it pretty. Just put it on a little thing. But how this girl used the essence um and had to go to court for assault, and said she did what I told her to. She took the essence to the courthouse, did what I told her to do, stepped on it, went in the courthouse, completely acquitted. But I'm gonna share that thing with y'all later. Okay, here we go, everybody. Let me screenshot for water signs and video file. All right, I'm gonna wait till it pop up. Oh my goodness, I turned my phone off. Let me do it again. Well, actually, no, actually, I did catch one. Actually, I did catch one. It was the lone wolf. Okay. Um, it was the lone wolf. So, for this particular reason, my water signs, you received the lone wolf. The lone wolf is communicating that you absolutely 150%, you absolutely 150% need to be looking deeper into situations, or um or looking deeper into yourself or for yourself. Okay, this card is speaking to that space of doing that internal work. Again, getting to the source of these issues, sources of problems, etc. But it's all about turning things inward. It's all about looking inside. It's about doing that. And the thing about the lone wolf is the lone wolf was a community individual that would patrol our streets at night to make sure that the clan wasn't coming or danger wasn't coming. But this lone wolf worked alone by themselves. And this was that very, very important moment to, in fact, get to self, a lot of self-thought. So really, really, really start to dissect things today. Really, really start get to the meat of the situation. Don't be so surface level with things. Really get to the meat of some issues, problems. And again, this is what I'm talking about, definition with tarot and the system of tarot. I'm just giving you the definition. But Queen, is that regarding my money, my emotions, my health, my spiritual welfare? And that's where tarot is different in its method, because it requires you to know the story. See, tarot, tarot itself is a narrative method. So it's very difficult to create a full narrative with one card. Do you see what I'm saying? So, like, when I start doing readings with this, I'm probably going to have to do readings with at least 3 or 4 cards, just so that we understand what is really being communicated, because it's very difficult. And to be very honest, I probably will end up doing a full spread, a full spread. We don't use the term spread here, a full casting of the cards. And that's what I'm more than likely will be doing for that particular moment. That's what I pulled too. Must be those fire placements in the water house. Hey, listen, understood. All right. Okay, okay. So where are my fire signs? Fire signs, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Um, okay, so why is hold up now. Because I did remove it. There we go. All right, fire signs. Here we go. I'm gonna wait till my phone gets going, and then I'm going to screenshot. All right, I'm gonna try this again. My phone is just very much behind right now. Very behind. Like behind, behind. Why is it so far behind? I mean, like yesterday behind. Let me try this again. Come on now. I'm gonna wait until I actually. Individual that would patrol our. Okay. I gotta speed it up. Okay, 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 okay. Here we go. I'm good now. Here we go. And fire signs. 3, 2, 1. All right. Fire signs. Also, the lone wolf. I will show you all as well. I also got the lone wolf again. So we've already discussed what that is. Um, so there's no point of going back through that again. So we already know how that is standing. So the next question or the next group I have to ask for is actually I want to then I'm feeling elder card. The illustration has so many symbolism. Exactly. But you have to know those symbols. You have to know what it's really saying, right? All right, so let's go to our earth signs. Earth signs, where are you? I'm going to go ahead and jump right into this one. And earth signs, you actually receive the root worker today. Today, you get the root worker. Okay? The root worker to my earth signs. This is communicating the earth signs. If you have been questioning whether you do or do not have the ability to make the financial changes, emotional changes, spiritual changes, health changes, whatever those changes may be, you have the resources to make those changes. You have the resources. But then this is where these other cards come in. Do you have the will, the backbone to make those changes? Do you have the physical capacity, transportation, or physical space, the horse, to make those changes? Okay. So it's super, super important for us to understand that when it comes down to it, you need to know that the spirits are absolutely saying you have what it takes. This is also the card of the conjurer, if you will. This is my appointment. One moment, please. Bonjour, Queen Cotalia speaking. How may I help you? Yes, Macon, can I please call you right back? I'm wrapping up my live on YouTube this very second, okay? Oh no, it's okay. You called at the right time. I'm running behind, so I will call you back in about 2 minutes, okay? Super, merci, thank you. Um, and so that's what this card really is speaking to. This is confirming you have what it takes to do what you need. You have the things. Again, do you want to use the candles? If you were doing spiritual work, do you want to use, Hygiene? Do you need to make a mojo bag? Do you want to use some protection work? Or you're working with an enemy? So that's where all of this stems from. Okay? Super. Voila, voila. This just called me out. I have the items I need to do a specific work, but I'm terrified it will remove someone from my life that needs my help. I've been bull sitting, okay? All right. So listen, now I'm calling out to my air signs. Air signs, where are you? Air signs, where are you? All right, air signs. Let's um let's get into it. Okay, air signs. Air signs, you have the truth. You get the card of the truth. The card of the truth really speaks strongly to accountability. It's all about being accountable. Again, because we do not have a cast, it can't tell us where that accountability needs to come from. But why does this card speak to accountability? You have a mirror. You're getting back what you're putting out. You also get the space of the coppers, the pennies in the eyes, the pennies around the neck. That's a space of authority. The eggs, another spirit of authority. Okay. But this card is saying that you must be accountable. You need to look at the situations and see if you are holding yourself or it accountable financially, emotionally, physically, or spiritually. Okay. So this is a very strong card. I will tell y'all honestly. I don't, yeah. So the first um design of this card was actually a photograph of Queen Dolly holding her hatchet. And so this is a very strong card when it comes to that space of holding things accountable and those things, that space of reflection, etc. Okay. Roots and roosters will come in handy. Baby, once you get this reference guide, this reference book, you probably won't need another book in regards to the books that I have, to be honest. Because this book got it encompasses all of it. Okay. Combined with the lone wolf for yesterday, yes. I am new to tarot, but these are like any you've seen. That's what's sad to me. Because these are spirits and the tongue of your people as a person of color. And you haven't seen this. So you don't even recognize what you're looking at. But this would be the justice card. So that's the thing about it, going back to that thing of like, what if you think about enslavement justice, you're going to get a very traumatic image of what that justice is based off of those that are really creating these modern or even Afrocentric. And if you were going to do how people do in tarot today, I would have to do something traumatic and very hurtful. Or I can go to the beauty of our culture of hoodoo, obia, gris, etc., and give you the spirits that communicates justice. So, voila. I thank you all so very much today for joining me for these readings. I have to get to my private client now. Many blessings to all of you. Remember, if you are a part of the virtual coven or the Spellcast podcast, you get this deck, the book, and all things Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre with a discount if you are joined. But that discount is it expires on Sunday. Okay. Um, Megan, yes, all the African American marketed decks out there don't resonate like these do, even just based on the few cards. I probably have over 100 decks, so that's saying a lot. That is saying a hell of a lot. Thank you, Queen. I'm going to head off. You have a good one. Thank you, Dynamic Divine Readings. Merci. Have a good day. Bonne journée. Thank you for the work you put in. Merci. Thank you. Um, can't wait for the class tonight. I can't wait to see y'all tonight as well. All righty, everybody. Have a blessed one. Be on the lookout because the next thing we are going to see with your heart is saying. Is that dropping today or tomorrow? Make sure your notifications are on.